wonderful friends. How are you today? What's up? It's in the middle of the week. So, yeah, be expecting more of these little pop-up videos here and there. So I am very excited to share with you that after months of having to stay home because of COVID, and then just not having time to go shopping because of working a full-time job at the hospital, and then, being busy here at the house with renovations and just all kinds of things going on, I finally got to go to Michael's. And I mean, what sane person walks into Michael's and comes out with no yarn? I mean, that would be insane, right? I mean, who does that? Well, not me, clearly. So I'm excited to share with you what I got. Michael's had a wonderful, fabulous sale going on. So, but before I get into that, while I was sitting there shopping and just looking at everything that they had on sale, I had a sweet young lady walk up to me and introduce herself and ask me if I crocheted and knit, and she does both. And so I told her that I mostly crochet, but I do knit a little bit. Started off knitting, and then we just got to talking about how we got started, and I will talk about that more later on in Friday's video. I wish I had gotten her name. She signed up right there and subscribed to my channel in Michael's, but unfortunately when I went to look after I got home, I could see where she subscribed, but it was, I guess, marked private, so I couldn't see who she is. So if you're watching this video, please do a shout out and say hey and tell me your name. I believe it started with an A because her brother walked up and called her by name, and I want to say it was Amber, but I am so sad that I didn't pay better attention. But she asked me a couple questions. She asked me, like, what was my favorite yarn, and what was I looking to make. And so really, I love all kinds of yarn, but I do have some that I do tend to like more than others. And I told her I didn't really have a project in mind, but that I have a YouTube channel and I have been doing tutorials on there, and that we make different things. And so whenever I get a chance to shop and I find yarn on sale, I tend to get it, which will also lead us into the question that I'm asking Friday. It's one I've been wanting to ask, and I wasn't going to ask it just yet, but it kind of will go along with this. So you'll have to check in on Friday and see what that question is. So I am very excited to have that conversation with her. Now, when I went to Michael's, which it's pretty much a 30-minute to 35-minute drive for me, did I have a purpose or a project in mind when I went in there? Well, of course I did. But when I got in there and I started seeing yarn, especially some that I really, really like, on sale, I thought, I am fixing to be a grandma. Well, excuse me, I am a grandma. My daughter-in-law is probably about 8 to 9 weeks along, so we are going to have a Thanksgiving or week after grandbaby coming. And do I know if it's going to be a grandson or a granddaughter? I do not. I can tell you that I love that baby's parents so much, and can only imagine that I will love this baby as much. And as much as I enjoy spoiling my children, I know that I will enjoy spoiling my grandbabies just as much. So I did buy some yarn in the end with the intention of making something for my grandbaby, but that was not necessarily on the brain when I walked in. So the young lady got me thinking about some different things, and which is kind of what has prompted me to do another video that's going to pop up as a surprise this week. So be looking for that. But method to my madness, I'm going to share what I mean by that. But first, let me show you the yarn that I got. So I absolutely love the Karen Cotton Cake yarn. It is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. It is very soft. It is a 4-weight medium yarn. Looks like this. About that size. It's the same type of yarn that I made Miss Beverly's white shawl in. In fact, I've got some white that I bought. And this yarn, I mean, it is really soft and it works up very nicely. It normally is $9.99 a cake, so it's really kind of expensive. However, I got it on sale for $6.49. Now, for some of you, you may say, well, that's not really that much of a deal, $3 and something, but for me, it was huge. And because, like I said, I just love this yarn. It is definitely a fave, and I'm trying not to use that word because I told you the other day that I try not to use the word favorite, but it is a fave. So anyway, so I got a little bit of this yarn, and I did get it in the intention of doing a project for my soon-to-be grandbaby. This will be the first project or the first make for my grandbaby, so I wanted it to be something special and something nice. So nothing but nice for my grandbaby to be. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3 cakes of the rich mint is what it's called. Hopefully you can see that. And then I got 3 cakes of the frosted pink. And then I got, sorry about my phone. Then I got 3 cakes of the silver cloud. That color. It's like a gray, a light gray. And then I got 4 or 5 of the white. And it's just called white. Now, I didn't get all the white for my project. I got some just to have on hand because I have just a very little of this left, and I actually plan on using that other little bit that was left over in one of the hats for my Hat to Not Hate project. So I wanted to have a couple of these on hand just in case something popped up, you know. Since Michael's is kind of a drive for me, and it's not just like a hot skip and a jump, which is probably good, which I do have good self-control. But look at these colors together. I thought that would be really pretty to make like a baby blanket booty hat set with. And I probably won't put as much pink through it unless I find out, you know, that we're having a granddaughter, which we should be able to find out within the next couple weeks. And it's going to be a couple weeks before I can actually get this project started because I've got some other whips I want to finish up first. But nonetheless, I have the resources and I'm ready when the time comes. And so if I do find out that we're having a grandson versus a granddaughter, I will use the pink as kind of like maybe, you know, a 1 row stripe throughout it. And then at that point, I will make it more with the green, the gray, and the white. I'm trying to get these where you can see them with, you know, a little bit of the pink, but you can't see it that way, running through. So, but nonetheless, I thought that would be really pretty. So that is that. I'm going to kind of put these out the way for a moment. So Wednesday stays on the hook right now. We are making a baby set, which I guess technically if I end up with a granddaughter, in the end that will be the first project that I make. But I don't know that I'm having a granddaughter, so who knows. But the yarn that I'm using for that baby set is the Bernat Baby Coordinates, and I'm using the Cotton Candy for that project. But that's another yarn that I absolutely just have come to enjoy. And it is a light 3 medium weight yarn. And it is actually, let's see, 75.2% acrylic, 22.2% rayon, and 2.6% nylon. And I just love that little crinkly look that it has. I was looking, oh, I do, real quick, just to show you how it works up. So like, they're so cute. So like these are the baby booties and the bonnet that I've made. And see how pretty that works up? Like, even look at the detail in that. And like the Cotton Candy, it has like this shimmery silver strand that runs through it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's really, really pretty. And so these are usually like $5 and something. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it didn't tell me the price, but they're usually like $5.88 a skein, and I got them yesterday for $2.97. So while I have some blue, and you should be able to see it right there, peeking out. Right there. Already, I actually got the last 4 skeins of the blue that they had, and that colorway is actually called soft blue. So I took the very last 4 that they had on their shelf, and then I also got some of the, it's called Funny Prints, and it's the same way. I don't know if you can see that little silver strand of yarn running through it or not. Trying to see if it even holds it back. But anyway, I have just come to love this. And so I have a lot of colors, especially over here in my cakes and stuff, that would be more for little girls. And so, you know, just in case I'm having a grandson, I, you know, had to have some stuff on hand that I could make little boy stuff with. So, so I got some of these, and I only got 5 of these, but I think I left like maybe 6 or 8 of these on the shelf. So, but the only reason I got 5 is because somewhere I actually have some of these as well. And honestly, I think they're behind those right there, the pink, the blue, and the white, that right there. I think it's behind them. So anyway, all right. And then the last thing I got was back on the carrot cakes, and I probably should have showed these to you at the time, but I got this color here, 2 of them, and it is in the colorway Almond Crisp. And I actually got these for a friend of mine whose birthday is not until later this fall, but I know she really loves browns. And so I'm thinking about making a shawl for her to have. Okay, one more type of yarn I got. So I'm real excited about this right here. It's the Caron 1 pound yarn. And even though this is in the colorway cream, see that? It actually looks like a very light pale yellow. I don't know if you can see that very well. See that? Doesn't that look yellow? And so I got it. I got it for two reasons. One, because it looks like a light pale yellow. And of course, you know, the Wednesday on the Hook baby set, we're doing the actual picture of it, and the book is in yellow. And so I really like that. Would like to make a yellow set, because yellow can be worn by boy or girl. And I just, you know, may probably wait until I do find out if I'm having a grandson or a granddaughter, because the sweater in that particular set does look a little bit more girly. So if I'm having a grandson, I do have a pattern to make a more boyish sweater. But that's what I got this for. However, if you go back to last week's Cut to Hook conversation, and we're talking about what color yarn do you tend to buy a lot of, one of the ones I said that I buy lately had been yellow. And so I just love yellow. It just seems to go with everything. Like, it doesn't matter what you put it with. I mean, yellow, I mean, oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. But yellow just really goes, oh my goodness, with everything. It's really, really a pretty color. Wow, that's even pretty. I mean, it just is a pretty color, especially the light yellow. So normally these Caron 1 pound skeins are usually $9.99, and I actually got them for $4.97. So basically I got them half price, and I took the very last 3 that they had. So they had 3 of these, and now they have none because I had them. But anyway, so I was very, very excited about my trip to Michael's, and I started to get other types of yarn that they had on sale, and Lion Brand actually had their yarn on sale, buy one get one 50% off, and that was a really good deal too. But I knew that I would have difficulty housing it until I could make, you know, things with it. So I was very conservative and showed self-control. They had a lot of their velvet yarn. Their baby velvet yarn was also on sale from $9.99 to $6.97 as well. But I chose to splurge more in the cotton cakes, so I didn't get any of that. But nonetheless, I was very pleased with what I've got. So the whole purpose of this video is the method to my madness. I want to share something with you that I have started doing, and I hope that you've actually stayed with this video to actually see this part of it, because I hope that this will be very helpful. Whenever I buy yarn now, and I just started doing this probably within the last really 8 to 10 months ago, I have been going back through my receipts, because I was keeping my receipts so that if something happened when I went to work with a skein, you know, that there was a problem, or if, you know, I wasn't sure where I got it, that I could kind of look back on the receipt and find it. Well, do you know how time consuming that is to look through all your receipts, especially when you shop at Michael's, you shop at Walmart, you shop at Joann's, and before AC Moore closed, I was really shopping a lot at AC Moore. That was my go-to store. And eventually I probably will start buying yarn online. But in the meantime, that's a lot of time to go through all those receipts and try to find a yarn, you know, looking at barcodes. Sometimes the receipts will kind of say what it is, you know, but sometimes they don't. And like at Walmart, a lot of times it just says yarn. And especially with Red Heart yarn, I mean, I get Red Heart yarn not only at Walmart, but also at, you know, Joann's and Michael's and whatnot. So unless it's a store specific yarn, like Walmart has the Mainstay yarn, I know that's Walmart. So I know I could look through the Walmart receipts. But long story short, I came up with something that saves me from having to look through all my receipts. And so I'm going to do it with you today. So for example, this Bernat Baby Coordinate yarn, I purchased it on, that was one day last week. Oh, here we go. I purchased it on May 28th. So for starters, and I got it from Michael's. So I'm going to come right here on the label, and you may have seen me sometimes when I'm showing you yarn lately trying to cover it up. It's because I knew I was going to do this video eventually, or make this video, and I didn't want you to see that until then. But I will put an M for Michael's because I know right now, well, AC Moore is closed. So right now I'm either going to have mostly M for Michael's, J for Joann, or W for Walmart. Now if it's online, then I'll put whoever I got it from, whether it was Ice Yarns or Lion Brand or, you know, Cobium or whatever. But I put that M for Michael's, and then I'm going to put the date. I got it on May 28th of 2020. So I write the date on it. Now, then I put what I would have paid, and I would have paid $588, but I only paid $297. So right there's the information that I need. And so I do that for all of them. So for example, let's do this Karen cake right here. All right. There's not a lot of blank space around that label there, so there is right here. So I'm going to come make my M right here. The date I bought it was 5/28/20. It is normally $9.99, and I paid $6.49 for it. And so there's all my information. So now I don't have to have the madness of going through receipts to find it. So like if I'm making a project and I run out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need more of that yarn, I don't have to sit and go through all my receipts to figure out where I bought that yarn from. I will know because I have already marked it. So again, like with my 1 pound here, I'm going to put an M for Michael's, and the date is 5/28/20. This is normally $9.99, and I paid $4.97 for it. And so I am doing that with every skein I buy. So going forward, when I pull it off my shelf, I know exactly. And so let's say, for example, I told you I have some of these already. So if I go to make a project, or when I go to make a project with it, if I look and, okay, these I bought on May 28th of 2020, but let's say there's some on my shelf and I got them in November of 2019, then I would rather use my 2019 ones first, so that I'm getting the older yarn off my shelf first. So there's a method to my madness, and so I wanted to share that with you. So I hope that you stayed through the video long enough to get to that, because I wish someone had actually given me that idea when I first started. Then I would be able to 100% know where all my yarn came from, because some of that yarn I've had for a good minute, and so I won't know where it came from. But I'm gonna give it my best guess, you know, and to know how long I've had it. So, but anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my little shopping spree, and I definitely hope that you found the information that I shared with you about marking your skeins to be helpful, and I hope that it helps keep you organized and better resourceful with your very own inventory. So, all right, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little whoop in the middle of the week, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you later on, and be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, and make your own joyful creations. Bye guys.